forecast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hi, good evening to you. Another nice night across the area. No problems, no issues, and it is literally the same as it's been the last several nights. We've got temperatures that are just starting to slip back down into the 60s. Champaign, one of the cooler readings at 68 degrees, 69 in Danville. And then you've got Lincoln holding on to the top spot there, 77 degrees. Out the door in the morning, we'll be down once again into the mid-60s to start the day. Sunshine to begin. We may have some clouds and a little bit of rain, hopefully, showing up for some of you. We'll talk more about that when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now, from WCIA 3 News.
We just want to take as much precaution as we can to minimize risk.
Back to school preps mean active shooter drills for districts, but at least one is adding something new.
Plus, there's new hope for the family of Ying Ying Zhang. They can find her remains, while knowing the location might not be enough.
Studies have found that the labeling of the nicotine content isn't consistent with what's actually in it.
There are regulations on who can sell vape products, but there aren't many on what goes into them, and health districts say that's a problem.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
It's been something that in schools we've been addressing for a long time with active shooter drills and code red drills.
With the start of the school year right around the corner for many, schools are not only preparing lesson plans, but also emergency plans. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. A new state law is increasing the number of emergency drills required to keep your kids safe. But some central Illinois districts are also adding their own new programs. We talked with school leaders in Rantoul. That district is expanding its emergency response plans. WCIA 3's Jen Lask is live in our newsroom tonight. So Jen, what will teachers there now have in their classrooms?
Jessica, you'll be able to find emergency kits in every classroom. I spoke to J.W. Ader's principal, who says the new kits will help keep students safe for longer periods of time. Right now, boxes of books fill the classrooms at J.W. Ader in Rantoul, but soon they'll be filled with students instead. And when that happens, Dr. Scott Wood says he wants to make sure students are as safe as possible. On August 30th, the school will do its active shooter drills with the Rantoul Police Department.
It's not something new for us, and we just want to take as much precaution as we can to minimize risk.
But this year, the school is introducing emergency response kits to the classrooms.
Go kits, along with the bucket, which includes a first aid kit, food and water for students, backpack that includes our district's emergency procedures, along with contact information for students and parents.
Last year, the district also launched a new system for screening visitors in the building called Raptor.
I find that parents see that as one layer of protection.
The new system requires anyone entering the building to give staff a photo ID, which is then scanned to make sure the person is allowed on school grounds.
Once families and parents get the word that they need to have that photo ID, it's a little frustrating sometimes when you come in and you don't have it and you're trying to access the building, but we are not going to be able to let you in.
This year, for the first time, state law will require schools to hold at least 3 evacuation drills for students, and one of those must occur within the first 90 days of the school year in partnership with local law enforcement. Rantoul City Schools will also hold tornado and fire drills as usual and bus evacuation drills throughout the year as well. Live in the newsroom, Jen Lask, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jen, thank you. Illinois' Emergency Management Agency also has some suggestions for parents, including finding out where your kids will be taken if an evacuation happens at school, making sure your emergency contact info is up to date, pre-authorizing a friend or relative to pick up your child in an emergency, and teaching your kids with cell phones to text first and talk later.
Authorities may know where Ying Ying Zhang's remains are located, but it might be impossible to get them. Her family and their lawyers held a news conference today. They say Brent Christensen, the man who killed Zhang, told his defense team he put her remains in trash bags on June 9th, 2017. He put the bags in dumpsters around his apartment complex the next day, and 2 days later he put Zhang's belongings, along with cleaning supplies used to cover up the murder, into a large duffel bag. Those items were thrown into various dumpsters around Champaign-Urbana. The Zhang family isn't sure if they can believe Christensen.
Christensen lied so many times. And what he told his attorneys, we do not believe his attorneys had any reason to lie to the prosecution's team. But then at the same time, no one can say for sure Christensen told his attorneys the truth.
The family does not have the power to make a call on how to move forward. It's in the hands of state and federal investigators. We have new details from a murder case in Iroquois County. The coroners identified the teenager found strangled to death inside a home in Sheldon as 17-year-old Adara Bunn. She was found at the home of 49-year-old Arthur Jensen. Authorities responded to the home for reports of yelling and screaming. When they arrived, they say Jensen told them, quote, "There's a girl inside and I strangled her." Jensen's charged with murder.
Caller ID led authorities to a man suspected of making a false bomb threat. Police say 28-year-old Mikhail Erickson called 2 hospitals in Decatur last night and told workers the buildings were going to blow up. Both St. Mary's and Decatur Memorial received similar calls within minutes of each other. Police tracked Erickson down using his phone number and arrested him. Urbana police are still investigating the bomb threats that were made to Walmart and Carl last week. Nothing was found at either location. Scary morning for one woman as she drove her car into a lake. It happened on Homer Lake Road near the entrance to the Forest Preserve. The driver says her drink spilled in her lap. She looked down to clean it up, and when she looked up, she was going into the water. She barely missed an electrical pole.
New at 10, Arcola police are warning people about counterfeit money. They say they've not only found $100 bills, but also 5, 10s, and 20s. You can tell the money's fake by the red symbols on the front, and a corner will be missing, police say. People trying to pass the bills crumple them up and use an eraser to try and get rid of the red letters and try to make the money look older. If you have any information, call police. E-cigarettes have hit peak popularity. More people are vaping now than ever before.
But Central Illinois health districts want to see stricter regulations on the production, sales, and marketing of vape products, especially after 3 young people in Illinois were sent to the hospital with severe breathing problems related to vaping. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is here with us. So Jennifer, who is in charge of regulating all of this?
Jessica, while health districts have no control over it, the FDA is in charge of regulating vape products. But some health officials believe not enough is being done to make sure these products are safe.
The most concerning thing for me, I think, is the rise in use among teenagers and young people. It is creating a new generation of people that are addicted to nicotine.
The Center for Disease Control says more than 1 in 5 high school students and nearly 1 in 20 middle school students vape. For high schoolers, that's a 78% increase between 2017 and 2018.
The marketing and the way that it was kind of presented to young people as like a cool, hip, fun kind of thing to be doing was also intentional.
Whitney Greger with Champaign-Urbana Public Health District says their offices have no control over the regulation of production or sales of e-cigarette products. They view that as a problem.
It's really concerning for us because we are the people that kind of get calls about this stuff. Some of these chemicals that are in the flavored e-cigarettes especially have been approved for like ingestion for eating, but they haven't really been studied long term for what that looks like for people inhaling them over long periods of time.
3 years ago, the FDA got regulatory authority for e-cigarettes, restricting free samples at stores, requiring companies to register a list of product ingredients, and requiring a warning statement about the health risks. Right now, they're working on creating stricter product purity standards. Greger's concern stems from a frustration that these safety measures are being taken reactively instead of proactively.
These products haven't been around long enough for studies to go in and really look at what types of effects they're having on people's lungs. As far as regulation for what's in e-cigarette liquids, we'd like to see it be more consistent.
As of last month, shops that sell electronic cigarettes and vape products will be more closely regulated. E-cig stores will now need a tobacco retailer license to continue selling, even if they don't sell traditional cigarettes. Back to you.
All right, Jennifer, thank you for that report.
Driving a fuel-efficient car may be good for you, but it's a different story for the government. It's costing them big.
Plus, if you want to take a cruise, now might be a good time. Why prices are dropping.
And most football players can't wait to get on the field, but not this time. Why one can't wait to be home instead.